السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله الذي كان موجودا قبل حدوث الأشياء ويبقى بعد فناء الأشياء، تفرد بالأولية والقدم ووسم كل شيء ما عداه بالفناء والعدم، كما قال عز شأنه: كل شيء هالك إلا وجهه وكل نفس ذائقة الموت، وقال: كل من عليها فان ويبقى وجه ربك ذو الجلال والإكرام. والصلاة والسلام على سيد الأنام سيدنا ونبينا ومولانا أبي القاسم محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين، ولعنة الله على أعدائهم أجمعين من الآن إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد، فقد قال الله سبحانه تبارك وتعالى في كتابه الكريم: بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم: من ذا الذي يقرض الله قرضا حسنا فيضاعفه له أضعافا كثيرة والله يقبض ويبسط وإليه ترجعون. صلوات. As you know that we are talking on the importance of qard al-hasana or al-qard al-hasan. In Urdu we say qard al-hasana. It's fine. But originally the word is al-qard al-hasan, the good loan. When Quran uses qard hasana, qardan hasanan, it is qardan. Since it is qardan, then it is hasanan. It's not qarze hasana. But still, since it's in Urdu, we use it, it's fine to say qarze hasana. But in Arabic, grammatically it is wrong to say qarze hasana. Qardun hasanun or qardan hasanan. So anyway, the qard hasana, we're speaking in Urdu. Qard hasana is a loan that you give to somebody when he needs, and you do not take any interest over the money that you are giving him. And the issue of time is not connected with the issue of money. You're giving him money. Yes, you can have the contract. Inshallah, we'll talk about contract, not yet. You can have in the contract, you can put any kind of condition. For example, you can give him for a specific period of time. You say, you will return this money and this amount in 2 years, 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, whatever. So putting this condition is fine. But if you say that if you return this in 2 years, you give me this much more, in 5 years, this much more, this is interest and this is not allowed in Islam, haram. Both giving and taking, both is haram, riba. But as long as it is hasan, it is a qard. Why it becomes hasan? One of the reasons that our A'imma alayhimus salatu wasalam have told us being hasan is without interest, yes. But why it is hasan being without interest? The reason is that the person who is giving qard hasana, it is his money, right? Just like sadaqah. When you give sadaqah, sadaqah is sadaqah. Just you're giving somebody and you forget it. But qard hasana, you're giving to somebody a money, and expecting him that he will return this money to you after a while. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this without any benefit? It is not sadaqah. You're not giving charity. You're just lending some money. So you're not doing it except for the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Since you are giving qard hasana for Allah, and anything you do for Allah, it becomes hasan by itself. It becomes good. Any work you do for Allah is good. There's no doubt that that thing is good. But qard hasana is for sure, because you have no other reason but to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because you know your mu'min brother, he needs some help, and you're helping him. And helping him, as I mentioned earlier, by protecting his dignity. You're not showing that you're giving him sadaqah, you're doing any favor to him. No. I'm giving you loan, take this loan, use it, and return this to me back after such and such time. Why? Because you want Allah's pleasure, rid Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In qard hasana, the issues that we are going to discuss, or we discussed already, mainly there are three issues. Number one, the importance of qard hasana itself, by itself. Importance and benefits of qard hasana that we discussed. We don't want to go into more details about it. We know the benefit is individual benefit, community benefit. If really, as I said earlier, that if you see other communities, and especially those small communities, they help one another. And when they're helping somebody else, look, it is a mechanism. It is a machinery. One machine. If you tight one part of the machine, the whole machine will start working. If one part of the machine is not working, the whole machine is stop working. The community should work like this. That is why there is no room for selfishness in Islam. Because selfishness, in the end of the day, is going to harm you yourself. The person who is thinking based on selfishness. In any area you see, selfishness is going to destroy you yourself. You against yourself if you are selfish. And a very simple example of that is nowadays you see the families, why they are breaking based of selfishness. One of them or both of them are selfish. Thinking about their self. She is thinking, me, myself, I should have fun, I should benefit. He is thinking, no, me, I'm man, I should benefit, I should have fun. I should achieve all my goals, not she. I don't care about her, I care about myself. She says, I don't care about him, I care about myself. This applies everywhere. In the community, in the business, in the school, in friendship, in neighborhood. Whenever you go, selfishness is something that destroys the relations. Same thing here. Qard hasana breaks the selfishness. And in result, you will find the benefit yourself. Look, if qard hasana, let's say we are a small community in Chicago. Let's have our own example. We have, mashallah, 3, and now, if you include the Iraqi center, we have 4 centers. And you include the Iranian brother, we have not a center, but other organizations we also have. So 5, let's say, centers. If you include Hadi School, we have 6 centers. But none of the centers is helping the community in their worldly issues. to grow in their business, to grow in their, or many people are really in big problem and trouble. And if you help them, some people have some money, the money is sitting in the bank or somewhere, and you are not benefiting anything out of it. Some people are paying high interest rates on their credit cards or mortgage or something else, or they don't have any business. If they get some money, they might start, their life will start working properly. Disbalance. Some place there is a money, some place there is no money. In result, this individual don't see that this individual is getting harm out of this situation. No, the whole community. As I said, this is a machine. If you are able to manage all together and make such a sanduq of qard hasana as there are in so many places, we'll help one another. In result, we are helping the community. If I'm helping you, I'm thinking I'm helping you. But if you do the calculations, I'm helping myself. In result, I'm helping myself. I'm helping my child. Because if I want all my community members to be in good economic condition, financial condition, it means I want my child to grow in a good community who is not poor, who is not needy, who is not backward in any way. Because nowadays you know that everything is attached to financial situation. Even your studies. Many cannot study. They are smart, they are really very intelligent students, but they cannot study. Why? Because they don't have money. And there is money in the community, but there is no good organization who can, or there is no trust. So why this is so, we'll discuss this. One of the reasons, as I said, there are three parts of the issue in qard hasana. One, importance of qard hasana by itself is, look, as you think, nobody needs to emphasize on the importance and benefit of qard hasana. We don't need. It is apparent, it's obvious. Qard hasana. Quran, remember I said last time, 4 ayat in Quran. In all these 4 ayat, Allah never says, give a mu'min qard hasana. There are for sadaqah, give a mu'min sadaqah. Wa'atu zakat, give zakat to people, to needy people, to mustahiqeen, deserving people. But qard al-hasana, he didn't say, give qard al-hasana to needy people. Allah said, وَمَنْ يُقْرِضُ اللَّهِ قَرْضًا حَسَنًا. Give the qard to Allah. Allah is taking this qard from you. So this is qard. What our A'imma alayhimu salatu salam have said about the qard. We'll talk about this and then we move to the second part of this issue. The second part is the person who is receiving the qard hasana. What is his responsibility? And this is what has been emphasized the most. Believe me, in all these 3 parts, the most what has been emphasized, even more than emphasis on qard hasana or giving the qard hasana, it has been emphasized on returning the qard hasana. Should return the qard hasana. This is one of the reasons why good communities many times are not able to set up such a system of qard hasana. Why? Because people take the qard hasana and they run away, they go, they flee, they don't show up. And they discourage the people who try to uplift their communities. So, We'll discuss this later. Now, let's stick today. Last week, we discussed what Quran is saying about Qard Hasana. Now, let's see that what our Aimma alayhi salam and the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam has said about Qard Hasana. This hadith of Rasulullah is very beautiful. Look, the philosophy and the system in Islam. The Prophet says, "Alfu dirhamin أقرضهما مرتين أحب إلي من أن أتصدق بهما مرة." If I have 1,000 dirham, the Prophet says, if I have 1,000 dirhams, and I have choice to give sadaqah or give qard hasana, he says, I would prefer to give qard hasana rather than giving sadaqah and charity. Go, take it and go. No. I will give and say, give it to me back. Why? Why? Listen why. Subhanallah. ألف درهم أقرضهما مرتين. Look, Islamic system of finance and economy. How beautiful is this? The Prophet says, because if I give sadaqah, I gave him, he took it, he went, he spent it, it's finished. But when I give qard hasana, I will take it back and I will give it again at qard hasana, the same money. So instead of one person benefiting from qard hasana, if I give it 2 times, 2 people benefited from the same money. Economy system. This is what Islam is teaching us. Unfortunately, we don't have Islam. What is Islam? Islam is just with the names. Mehbob, Mwhdi, that's it. He's a Muslim. What is his amal? What is his practice? And not individually. Do you say in your salat, Iyaka a'budu, oh Allah, I worship you? You say, Iyaka na'budu, we worship you, even though if you are praying alone. You use the word plural. Why? So you think about people, not yourself alone. As I said, no selfishness in Islam. No room for it. Think about others. So how beautiful this hadith is. أقرضهما مرتين. I would like to give qard hasana 2 times, rather giving 1 time sadaqah. Then Imam Sadiq alayhi salatu salam says, Subhanallah. He says, look, on the gate of Jannah, paradise, it is written, على باب الجنة مكتوب على باب الجنة الصدقة ب10 والقرض ب18. On the gate of paradise and Jannah, it has been written that sadaqah, if you give a charity in sadaqah, you will get 10 times reward. 10 times. But for qard hasana, you get 18 times thawab. Then he says, why thawab of qard hasana is more than the reward of sadaqah. وإنما صار القرض أفضل من الصدقة لأن المستقرض لا يستقرض إلا من حاجة وقد يطلب الصدقة من لا يحتاج إليه. The reason is that qard hasana, no one will come to ask qard hasana but he who really needs it and who is sincere. He is really needy person. For sure. That's why he's asking qarda hasana. But sadaqah is not necessary that anybody who is asking, he is for sure, he is a needy person. He is a deserving person. Not necessarily. But the person who is asking for qarda hasana, and he is sincere in asking, of course, and you have to investigate before you give, okay? Don't give everybody qarda hasana or even sadaqah. There are conditions everywhere. So when he meets the conditions, so when you give him, because he needs it. Charity, maybe you give somebody and later on you come to know that, oh, he didn't need it. Imam al-Sadiq alayhi salam again says, ما من مسلم أقرض قرضا يريد وجه الله إلا احتسب له أجرها بحساب صدقة حتى ترجع عليه أو احتسب له. Any Muslim who gives qard, when he is giving qard, this qard, as long as this qard is in the position of the person who has taken this qard from you, the needy person, the borrower, as long as it is in his hands, Allah will give you the thawab of charity, of sadaqah. You're receiving the thawab every day. You're receiving the thawab of charity as long as it is in the hands of the person who has the qard. Hatta tarju alayh, until he gives you back, then this account is closed. When he gives you back, your account is closed. As long as it is in his possession, your account is open and Allah is giving you thawab of sadaqah continuously. Almost the same hadith from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That whoever gives a sadaqah, gives qarda hasana, anybody who gives qarda hasana to a mu'min, man aqrada mu'minan qardan yantadhiru bihi maysuruhu, and he is waiting until the borrower is able to return it back. He's just waiting for this situation for him, giving him some more respite, more time to return. He's not very hard and rude on him. He says, كَانَ مَالُهُ فِي zakat. His mal will be considered as zakat, in a situation of zakat, thawab of zakat. He is continuously, as long as it is in his hand, he is getting the thawab of zakat. Not just zakat. وَكَانَ هُوَ فِي صَلَاةِ الْمَلَائِكَةِ حَتَّى يُؤَدِّهِ إِلَيْهِ. And this person will remain, his mal will be where? His money that he has given as qarda hasana will be in the place of zakat, whenever the zakat is there in the treasury of Allah. When you give zakat, somebody is giving zakat, where is it going? This money, where is, this money is going? Whenever this money is going, your money has gone the same place when you give qarda hasana. And when you are in your home, outside, somewhere else, in your office, yes, maybe. But you will remain in the salat, in the prayers of malaika. Malaika will pray for you. You will remain in the prayer of malaika بحساب صدقة حتى يؤديه إليه, until this person returns this money back to you. So you're receiving the thawab continuously. And you are in the prayers of malaika. The angels are praying for you, doing dua for you. Look how important is this. And lastly, very quickly, one hadith from him admonishing the people who are able to give sadaqah, qarda hasana, and they are not giving. من احتاج إليه أخوه المسلم في قرض وهو يقدر عليه فلم يفعل حرم الله عليه ريح الجنة. This hadith from Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam again. That whoever is able to fulfill the need of a Muslim, he's a Muslim brother, he came to him asking him for qarda hasana, and he is able to give him qarda hasana, and he is meeting all the conditions, of course, again, to re-emphasize this, and he is not giving him qarda hasana while he is able to do so, حرم الله عليه ريح الجنة. Allah will forbidden on him the fragrance of Jannat. So it means this is how much the qard al-hasana is important in the eye of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now next we'll talk about the right of this person, that Imam originally, where we started from the right of the creditor, the right of the lender, the right of the person who is giving qard hasana. Imam speaks about his rights. So we'll talk about it and we'll see what are the responsibility of the person who is getting this qard hasana. And you take this qard hasana, now you are responsible for what? What is your responsibility? We'll talk about this. If you know this responsibility and really everybody is fulfilling his responsibility, the giver his responsibility, the receiver his responsibility, then you see this dunya will become paradise for us if you follow Quran and Ahlul Bayt alayhi salatu wassalam. Salawat bi Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. إن أحسن الحديث وأبلغ الموعظة كتاب الله. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.